Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Off Rift podcast. Here we are. We've got the gift waiting. Once it pens of Vestion doing this, so I'm excited to see you all spam it eventually. But welcome to episode 6 of the Off Rift podcast, covering the first week of the playoffs. I'm Mercury, joined by Vestion, by Kevin, by Bluepanda, and what a crazy start to playoffs we had. I don't think a playoffs that we ever expected to happen, at least in the first week. So before we get into it, of course, if you have any questions and if we have time, we'll get to it on the answering machine. You can drop your questions below in the Discord channel. But yeah, to start things off, probably, I mean, we can take our pick which one we want to cover. I imagine Kevin might want to get it out of the way to start things off.
Let's just do it now. I mean, might as well beat a dead horse now, right? No point waiting for the corpse to rot.
I mean, it's probably the most apt way of putting it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Dead Seahorse. No, I mean, the first series, it wasn't the first series. This is the second series of playoffs, but GZ up against CFO, of course. I have the CFO jersey on today as a sort of a memory of what has fallen. No longer are we in 2025. It is 2026 now, and CFO are back to their usual antics of being hot trash. In reality, they've lost Ginger, they've lost Honku, and they are looking like a shell of their former self. Lost Kyming as well, of course. But I mean, coming into it, I think me and Kevin, like, privately and publicly both discussed that, like, there's no real way to fucking predict how that series is going to go, because both teams have looked so rubbish at times and both teams have looked good at times that it's like you come into it, it's like, well, there's actually just no way to know who's going to win this. So that's sort of the mindset we both had going in. And then on the day, GZ just showed up better. Like, in reality, they just showed up. They looked better than CFO. I think the drafts in general were better than CFOs. And so they did win. You replay that series 10 times, though. I would not be surprised, rather, to see GZ take 5 of them, CFO to take 5 of them. Because I don't think either of those two teams are particularly that much better than the other.
Yeah, I did think. I mean, especially Game 4 until the JimieN wall, I felt like CF was going to win. We're going to go to Game 5.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moments that game where I was like, oh, we're going to win. Oh, we're going to lose. Oh, we're going to win. It's like, except maybe Game 1. I think that was the only one time I was kind of depressed.
Yeah, game 1
hopeless.
was a stomp, but everything else was, like, at least close.
I feel like all the other games, I was pretty unsure whether or not who's going to win at any point in time.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah,
and I think CFO found themselves in, like, winning positions quite a lot too and through. I mean, that's what kind of happened in Game 2. That's what happened in Game 4, right? So, again, it's like these two teams are both too sloppy to actually, like, come in and be like, oh yeah, this team should be able to take it.
Going to be rough to see CFO, I guess, into the future, right? Like, looking at Split 2 and beyond. If they're thinking about competing for international, they've got quite a journey ahead, because, like, the top 3 teams, I think we all sort of have Hawks as maybe the 4th, 5th best team in the league currently. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how they can adapt going into Split 2. Obviously, you know, we've talked about, you know, potentially bringing back Junji if he becomes a free agent and all that kind of stuff. But what changes with this current roster can we even expect is the question, I guess.
I don't think Kevin's allowed to answer that, are you?
Get better. I mean, we just have to work harder and get better. Like, I mean, we weren't expecting to win Split 1 anyways. Like, we knew that we were going to take time to develop, you know, having a rookie support. It's the same thing, you know, rookie support, Korean mid, language issues, meta issues. I just still think that, like, you know, given another split, I think Split 2 will be much better. But obviously other people think I'm delusional, which is fine. But I do think that, you know, once the break is over, we come back, we start grinding again, things will be looking much better in Split 2.
I do think you're delusional. I think, like, I've said this to Kevin, and I do truly believe this. I think, like, I don't think 2274 is going to be bad forever. But I do think right now he is bad. And I think he really could have done pretty well of having another year in Academy. Because it's like, when they brought in Honku, similar age, Honku was clearly much more ready to play in the big leagues. Because he came in, he had some issues, like side laning in particular. He was quite often, you know, randomly getting caught out in Split 1. But it was, like, nowhere near to the extent that we're seeing 2274 have issues, where we'll see times where 2274 is, like, having a Hillisang moment, just randomly dancing and dying for it, or, like, he'll go into it takes a gold player could see that he's going into an engage that is just never winnable. Right, he'll just like dive in. He's got like a 4-man rel ult that no one can follow up on, so he just dives for free, and that's like your main engage tool gone. And these are issues that, like, he was facing the same issues in the PCS, and all he had between the PCS and now was the off season, in which not a whole lot of teams are scrimming, and if teams are scrimming, it's generally trying to sort out their roster. So it's not like high level scrims where everything's all sorted out. It's like trying to test who they want to pick up for the year, and I don't think. Like, I imagine, and only Kevin would be able to speak to this, but I imagine last year, with the fact that 2274 was in the rookie league and he was only there because he wasn't old enough to play in the main league, he probably got quite a few scrims with the main roster. So he was already being developed to actually be brought in, and it doesn't, at least to me, and maybe I'm wrong, it doesn't seem like 2274 had that same sort of, rounding out to get up to the level of the LCP, because he
Wait,
is
are you talking about
very much
scrimming with Honky on the academy team?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like what I imagine would have happened, and obviously you guys played with him one time in the PCS, is that Honky would have been scrimming with the main team at times.
No.
No?
No. That
So-
2024 year, I think we scrimmed one time. CFL Academy won, and we just mental boomed our main team.
No, I'm saying that Honky would have played with the main team, not like against one another.
I mean, for like maybe a week.
Yeah.
So there was a week of scrims, and then he went and played against DCG, lost, and then he got benched, as far as I remember. Chris Scott just shit on him with his
that was a fucking rough week to put him in, bro.
No, I mean, okay, so 274, like, yeah, I agree, like, he has issues, right? He's not obviously not good. I do think that, like, with Honku on 2025 was built around better. Like, we had, like, Kai Wing there to shot call, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He had Junja, who's, like, wins everything. So he has, like, a good jungler to help him get through the laning phase, tell him how to play the game. Like, Doggo's obviously really good, and we had two top players coaching each other. So the coaching staff didn't really have to worry too much.
Well, that's the difference in the dynamic of a team. Your mid laner is a key integral part in finding a win throughout the series. Like, your main goal is to make sure that he gets into that late stage of the game and becomes that carry. Whereas the support, that's not his job. His job is to be the one that guides the mid laner there. So you're not going to have that same support structure around a rookie support as you are a rookie mid laner.
I do think rookie support is a lot harder to bring in. Like, if I had to pick veterans, I would want veteran jungle support every time.
Mm-hmm.
And rookie, like, mid ADC top, I feel like is a lot easier to incorporate.
Honky took to the LCP like a duck to water because he had, the tools to make sure that happened. Whereas 2274 is taken like a duck to cement because that's not where they're meant to be. It's not a situation that is just going to be naturally, easy to survive it. It was always he was literally just being thrown under the bus a little bit there. Unfortunately, it was a trial by fire, and so the fact that he is held things together as well as he has, I think is probably a little bit credit to him. It's not been good, but he is by no means just completely bottomed out this split.
I do think he has improved. Like, obviously, like, I think he has a few games where he just runs it down. But I do think overall, like, his communication is getting better. The way he works with Doggo is getting better. Like, there's just so much you need to learn as a support. And as a rookie, like, because last year's CFO, everyone was like a rookie, so there really wasn't like a veteran leader to help teach him. Whereas, like, when Honky was in the Academy League, he had Kino, and then Husha came in. So he was basically already surrounded by veterans, like, just learning off veterans, even in the Academy. Whereas, like, 274 didn't really have that opportunity. So it could be the fact that maybe CFO could have done a better job, like, training him for this year. But I do think, given time, he will be, like, a really good support, and I'm not really too worried about him.
I mean, only
that makes one of us. That makes one of us.
Super talent.
That makes one of us.
Buy your stocks low. Listen, if
they're fucking low right now.
Dude,
Oh,
if I
the
told
deal
you 15 years ago, to buy crypto, to buy Bitcoin, you wouldn't have done it. 2026.
I think
what you're saying is
isn't crypto currently on the fall?
They are low. They are a penny each. They will skyrocket to $1 million by the end of the year.
This dude has 100% watched Wolf of Wall Street this week. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, dude.
He's taken all the wrong lessons from that movie.
Let's go. They're winning.
I think right now 2274 stocks are at a point where I have to be paid to take them.
It's a liability.
Dude.
It's not an asset.
It's not an asset.
You're a banker. You understand these things.
Yeah, but all I know,
staying poor, dude.
All I know is like Doggo went from one singular game all year having 7 deaths to averaging fucking 7 deaths at this point. And is that Doggo's fault? Maybe. But like, there is a big thing, a big person removed from the bottom lane, and a new person came in. And all I'm saying is that guy is very capable of dropping 10 deaths a game, and I think it's really hindering Doggo.
Well, Doggo has responsibility to help 274, just like Ginger had the responsibility to help Honku. You know, it's just like how it is.
But me, when I'm an AD carry, having to help my support feels like the opposite of how that bot lane should function.
Sure, but if you want to get good, you have to walk him through the rough phases. Honky was rough split 1. This is the whole rest of the
Not
team
this
is more
rough.
No.
functional.
Yes, he was rough, but he was not this rough. He was
he
nowhere
top
near.
3 mid laner split 1?
Who would it have
Probably.
been? It would have
It's
been
Fofo.
Arya.
Fofo,
Fofo?
Arya, and probably then Honku. So yeah, probably. Because Dyer was also not that good in
whatever,
split
dude.
1.
Yeah,
Dyer wasn't
kinda
that good.
has-
But it was
trying
like
to
it was
think who else.
Arya and Fofo were the 2 best, I think. And then it would have probably been Honku. But how much of that was Ginger being the best and is able to elevate the rest of the team is hard to say. But like Honku's main weakness was just his side laning, and every fucking mid laner kind of had that weakness bar Fofo. So
I think that like there's similarities between the 2 players, and their Honky's trajectory was going up. So I think in this year 274's trajectory will also go up. I'm very confident in the team.
it's like going
No,
out
we're
for
very
a Mariana
confident
trip.
in the team though.
You're like
Listen,
you're like
2
trying to
months
make
ago,
it to the
2
peak
months
of
ago,
Everest.
CFO looked way worse. Okay, time
All-
heals all
No,
wounds.
the
So
comparison you're
within
making
time,
though,
They'll
no
do
man,
better.
the comparison you're making is like, all right, we want to try and get to the peak of Everest, and with Honku we started at base camp, but with
Yes.
2274 we're starting in the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
No,
So
that's
it's
not
just
what
like-
I said, but sure.
That's basic. I mean, that's what it feels like to me. You know, that's what it
No,
feels
it
like.
feels like deja vu. It's just that
No,
there's
it does
PSG.
not.
I would
No,
also
it's
like
not.
to. I'd also like to preface this by Ben clearly said last week that he thought Gum was going to clean sweep SHG,
Yeah, he did.
and we all saw how that
True.
series went.
True.
True.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So why? Yeah,
Vietnam were getting
exactly.
brought down.
Now that we clarified that Vestion is a fraud, I would
Mm.
like to also clarify that I am not a fraud. My
Okay.
predictions are always correct.
You
Yeah.
predicted
CFO made
to
top
beat
8 at
GZ.
Worlds.
Sorry, didn't you put
Did
Garm
Ground
at
Zero
number
make
1
top 8
along
at
with
Worlds?
us?
Exactly.
You didn't need to. That's this year.
Exactly. That's why
We
you
were
should
busy
just trust the
developing-
process.
GZ were busy
274 is on
developing
the rise.
talent in Taiwan, unlike you guys importing 2-year roles. It is what it is. 26
an
players,
academy team? Where's
23
your
of
academy
which were
team?
from the region.
Exactly.
No, we
We
are. We're
still
gonna
care
have
about tier 2.
No, we do. We're gonna have an academy team.
Dude, I bet it's gonna be like terrible, like last
No,
year.
we're gonna have like 23
26
people.
roster moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every split. Just
We're gonna
keep
support
recycling
everyone.
More players.
We don't want to support just 5
Dude,
people.
eventually,
Right?
I'm
Support
gonna be on
26.
ground zero because
They're
we're
trying
gonna
to
run out
save
of
the
supports
economy.
to bring in.
Okay, no, that's okay.
My
We don't need
Casante and
platinum
Anivia
players.
is on the up and up, dude. Listen, I have a 50% win rate on Casante.
It's going to be
Put me
wild
in,
when
coach.
GZ's 3
I'm in.
CL teams
I'm ready.
playing in league.
Dude, what are the top players gonna get?
Top laners. B water.
You had B Water. You kicked them
Yeah.
on the academy team.
We'll
Yeah,
get 'em
so
back, though.
that's what I'm
Solid
saying.
top
I'm
laner.
available. I am
Oh,
an
yeah.
LCP resident.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. So am
Glad to
I,
see.
actually.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
Mm.
When
Our
are we
first,
joining Ground Zero Academy?
Ooh.
That's actually we could.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, we can
we
run
can-
it. We can run it. I have
All right,
faith.
okay. It's
Yeah,
got a rank
oh,
requirement.
sorry. But
I'll grind. I'll grind. Don't worry.
Only me and Billy. Only me and Kevin make the rank requirements in this call, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm more of a motivational coach than player.
Mm. I'll be the hype man. That's all I am.
That's my job.
But-
You can be the water boy.
Yeah.
From that series, though, I think the biggest takeaway is that those two teams both suck in their own unique ways. But on that day, CFO sucked more.
Yeah.
Which is, unfortunately, it's kind of the nature of the league, in all honesty. Like, we got to see it later on in the playoffs too, which we'll touch on. But like, it hasn't gotten any cleaner throughout the playoffs. It just remains a whole embodiment of suck. And you know, it's just like which team sucks less on the day. But that's not unique to the LCP, as like Kevin said before the show. Is like that's every region has kind of sucked. There's like Gen G looked really good. C9 looked really good in the context of being from NA, and the rest of the world just looks like an absolute fucking shambles.
Yeah,
C9 looks
even
really
like
good.
the LEC's
Asterisk.
got Koi, but they're looking pretty rough and all that.
Yeah, I mean, like LEC, like the top teams of the LEC
Well,
look
they have the
competitive, but it's also
BO1,
like,
so it's harder to
yeah.
judge. I mean, they had like 2 BO3s right yesterday, but
Yeah.
for the most part they're playing BO1, so it's really hard to tell like who's good and bad. Like one game a team will look good, but it's a BO1, right? Like if we looked at CFO BO1s, we probably would be like actually winning because we won a lot of game ones.
That is true. You guys, well, I think it felt pretty even, but either way, I mean, BO1.
But whatever. I mean, I'm just saying it's hard to judge
pointless.
a team off of
Yeah.
one game compared to a BO3. That's why
BO1's
when I look
just
at
a nothing
LPL or like LCK, it's still like for example JDG and LPL can beat like BLG, the #1 team in the region, but then lose to like IG or WE like soon after. There's some disgusting team like that. It was like so weird, dude.
WE,
such
I
a
think
weird.
I know they lost to both, right?
Yeah, they lost to
anyway.
both at some point in time.
Yeah.
But I forget which one came first, or right after BLG's win, or when they beat BLG.
I think it was WE from memory. But anyway, who cares? Yeah,
But yeah,
I
my
don't
point
know.
still
The whole
stands.
world
Like JDG just like beats the #1 team, but then just loses to a shit team soon after. Like it's just like inconsistent.
It's gonna be rough to figure out at the very least.
yeah.
But I think this might be the last for the split at the very least. Probably the last nail in the coffin of our time speaking about CFO, which is kind of weird to say given last year. But I guess we.
I'll still find a way to bring up 2274.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Well, technically, there's only one more week in the split, so not much would have changed.
So, like, I guess, like, what are the... We've already sort of done takeaways and all that kind of stuff, but, like, a bit of a eulogy for the team, like, just not meeting the expectations of anything from last year. They're dead already, don't worry, Kevin.
Wait, what? That's even worse! The fuck?
Well, Billy had them not even making any internationals this year. I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm contrarian. I was just doing that to elicit a response. So
yeah,
I think like by split 3, I would expect all 3 PCS teams to realistically be making Worlds. I still think PCS is the strongest region. Wales? Yes, I still think PCS is the stronger region. I think Team Secret Wales are seeing a lot of success now because they have kept their team almost entirely intact. And the one change they made is also Beer coming into an AD carry that's already played with him. So it's not like that much of a learning curve at all for them, right? So they've kept their team intact. They're like the only team in the league pretty much alongside DCG, who came from the PCS. And they're the 2 teams that are doing the best. I think that makes a lot of sense in spring. Or whatever, split 1. And so like, I do just typically think the PCS teams are stronger. Just in general, they always have been. And I think by the end of the split, we'll see that again. For most roles, I'd have, as individual talent, I'd have the PCS teams over the majority of the VCS players. And I think as long as they can get that to work by the end of the split, you'd probably be seeing a pretty clean sweep for the PCS. I mean, you could have Team Secret Wales in there. I don't think it's like a clean thing, but I think like if I was going to guess who was going to Worlds, I'd probably guess either it's Team Secret Wales and 2 of the PCS teams or 3 of the PCS teams.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Overall. Especially, we'll get to the second series. Speaking of other VCS teams in a moment, but before we do, from the answering machine, Challenger Nedgy the Goat says, CFO out of playoffs. When's your GZ shirt arriving, Kevin?
Yo, can we get this guy banned?
Well, Bo says he'll sort you out.
The mods do
no matter
their
what
job.
size. Well, the only 2 mods are in the call right now, and we're just laughing.
Oh my god, it's biased, dude. It's biased. Yeah. Listen, all I'm saying is that Ground Zero will not win the split. Therefore, I don't need a jersey. They're going to be eliminated soon. Once we come back, once the playoffs start again, they're going to be gone. I won't have to worry about them.
Wrong. I'm going to Brazil.
You're going to Cracolandia.
To go to Cracolandia.
Are you going to be a viewer? Wait, you're going to Brazil? Are you going to coach him? What's it called? First
That'd be kind of hot.
With GZ? No. I'll be there making content with the boys.
That makes sense.
I'll be the token white guy.
First stand if you qualify and win. So
that but also I'll just be there in person behind the scenes when they're going on stage.
Taking on, getting asked to leave by security.
Dude, Groundzero's plays against SoftBank. You really think you could beat the Japanese squad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I can't remember. It was with Unnecessary. I was like, it was something. It was something
Dude,
about like
fun
Japan
supporting the Japanese team. And
runs
I was like,
your team, okay?
I was like,
can't win.
the Japanese team with 3 Korean players and a Korean coach and a Taiwanese coach.
Listen,
the draft
less
and sure
Japanese
looks like
Japanese
it.
team, the better they perform.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not. See, CFO should have taken an example. I should have gotten more Koreans. You know, not just one. I should have gotten 4 more Koreans. Fill
Yeah.
the team with more Koreans.
Just
The more the merrier.
I'm sure that will
Slam
work.
in there.
That's really good for the region's
Work for
development
SoftBank.
too.
Hmm.
Well,
The team
yeah,
is-
dude. What do you mean? LJ has young talent. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Evie's like 30.
Yeah, who's the
Marvel's
youngest
like,
one
what,
right now?
20-something?
Momo's
25?
looking fucking good.
I never made Momo, man. Dude, that's fucked up, dude. How old is Marvel? Damn. Marvel's 23. He's turning 24.
Damn, he's old me.
Pretty young.
I feel old as that.
Dude, it's like it's people use this age thing. I think like the biggest thing in esports, a little like side note with this age thing, is not actually like losing your ability to play. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you've started a family, so you
Yeah.
lose your
But
time.
Faker's 29.
But the age actually, yeah, huh?
Faker's 29. Like he's still.
Yeah. That's your skill isn't gonna deplete that much. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, people by the age of 29, like, and they have enough money from esports and shit that they're like they can viably start a family, and they do, and then it's like, okay, well, there goes my time. I can't be a pro player anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this guy's 30. He's gonna be fucking trash. That's not really how. It works.
No, my point would be if, for example, there's a player that I saw who's like 24 years old, and his first time playing in Tier 1 was now. If he spent like 5 years in academy and he's just starting to debut now, I really have no hope for him as a player.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of fair, but I think it also somewhat depends which region you're from. Like some regions have access to being able to play much more readily than others, right? Like for example, I mean, I'll just use Oceania as an example. Like if you have been challengers since you were 18 in Oceania, you've pretty much never had a point in time where you could have played. Like you've had the LCO for a little bit, which was obviously very top heavy, and outside of that, there's been like no other opportunity.
I mean, there are bad GMs, right? But I'm
Yeah,
just saying that, like, I mean, LGL, you know, I mean, it is a bad GM issue, to be honest. It's more less than a player
Oh, of
issue.
course.
But I just think that the FM Academy did a really good job. Like, I think the way they develop players is actually pretty impressive. Like, actually watching the LGL, like, no joke, the FM Academy was actually really solid macro-wise. Obviously, Momo's having a tough time in lane. Like, he's actually just, like, down, like, 1,000 gold average at 15 minutes, something like that. I think, yeah, like, someone brought it up on stream, and I pulled up the GLL stats. I think he has the lowest, like, gold average at 15 than every player in the world.
In top lane?
Yeah, or, like, in every lane.
Surely,
or maybe Kaken beats him.
Support
Kaken's also up
surely-
there.
Support has to be lower, surely. But, like, yeah, that's not good. That is not
I mean, like,
good.
but that's support to other supports, and supports
Yeah.
don't really gain more gold than other supports.
No, yeah, but what
Unless
I
they
mean,
gain, like,
yeah,
kills and stuff.
it's pretty bad. It's,
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I do think Momo's having a really rough time, but
I mean, as we kind of said in the past, top is actually our most stacked lane, I think, this year. So, it kind
yeah.
of makes sense.
Oh, yeah, no, looking at Momo's stats in depth is not a good time. His best CS differential at 15 minutes was 4. Against JimieN.
Let's go.
He was
Improvement.
on 4 CS against Emmy at 15 minutes in a single game.
Yo, let's
That's progress.
go, dude.
That's progress.
Unredacted.
Evie is such a homie, dude. What a bro, dude. This
Yeah.
is why I love Evie. He's the LGL GOAT for a reason, dude.
Do you think he's the
God
LGL
damn.
goat, or do you think Udapon is?
Oh, Evie, for
I
sure.
think Evie at this point is the LGL GOAT, but I love Udapon. I will always have a soft spot for him. He's by
Craziest
far my
thing.
favorite Japanese player.
DFM have a worse record than the Chiefs did in Split 1 last year. The Chiefs got 2 wins, didn't they?
No, they got one.
Did they
No,
not?
Okay,
So
so they
one.
got, they got
Oh,
the same
yeah.
record then.
They got the exact same record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they got the same
There will
record.
always be one Chiefs in the LCP. I think that's
It's a
part of the
curse.
contract.
Well, speaking of
Yeah, I
Japanese teams, oh, you go.
I was going to say, I think this year, though, we might be unfortunately losing one of our Japanese teams to another PCS or VCS team, whichever one isn't in the regional merit slot, and we're going to have SHG and
Lone
basically
Warrior.
the PCS or VCS, like whichever of the two. It's I unfortunately feel like that might be on the horizons because I do think most of the PCS, like the PCS, can make teams better than what DFM is, and I think the VCS can also do the same. So I think like you're gonna have to fix something up by the time it's split 3. Otherwise, you're in a pretty fucked position as DFM.
Momo's best KDA was against Ground Zero, so something's got to be going.
Well,
He's 2-2-9, so that doesn't really count. But
that would have been an interesting story if our microphone was working.
yeah, it's because it's pointed the wrong way. There you go.
Oh wait, are you actually using that mic? I thought it was for the
No,
show.
it's over here.
Dude, but something's changing, but the sound quality is still the same.
I bought something. There you go.
Oh no.
No, like, dude, when he moves the mic away, it doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't get quieter. When he pulls the mic to the speed, it doesn't get louder. I thought you weren't using it.
No, I'm using that one.
You're using that mic, dude.
Entirely directional.
Dude, you can point it any direction. Your voice is not changing. That's my point.
We're professionals, everyone. We're professionals.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
This is why you don't let other people log into your computer and set shit up.
Please. I legit thought he was. I thought that microphone was just there for like display.
Just for aesthetic, yeah.
It is also like 6 years old at this point. It has not had a healthy life.
Wait, did you check your Discord settings?
Oh, that could actually be it. Oh
oh
yeah, no,
my
that would be it.
god! Oh my god! There's no
Oh,
fucking
no.
way.
Oh,
Yeah, it
no.
did.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
fixed.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at Kevin's reaction.
This fucking app, man. So I updated it yesterday and it changed all my settings. Wonderful.
Oh, he
Oh
was
my god.
talking to us through his fucking webcam this whole time. Oh my god.
Dude, it had this microphone as the output when I logged in. I was like, yeah, that's the only issue. Didn't even bother checking the microphone.
God damn, dude.
Oh, I needed that.
Podcast?
Oh.
Oh.
Actually, I'm just a plant. I'm here to distract away from the season that DFM and
Dude, I'm
CFO
gonna
have both
die on
had.
stream.
Yeah.
Kevin paid me to do that.
Oh, I needed that. Thank you. Thank you.
And we needed to take the heat off CFO after the split.
Well, there's someone that will have
Thank
to
you.
keep the heat on because Garm got absolutely demolished in their first series, 3-0. Now, let it be known, I said it was going to be close. Last episode, I said it was going to be close. So I was wrong on that end. But I did say Hawks had a chance, and they fucking demolished them.
To his credit, Vestion did say it was going to be a clean sweep. He just had it the wrong direction.
True, yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, that was just a disgusting series.
It was not
from
fun.
Garm.
It was not
It
fun
was just,
to
it
watch.
was terrible, man. It was absolutely abysmal. Drakthar is just straight fucking sprinting it game after game.
Yeah,
Ares
it
is in
sucks.
perma Twitch queue. We have like, what the fuck is Taki doing, bro? Taki's gone back to that one game where he was barred against Doggo. Like, it was just appalling. I think the only player that actually did anything that game was Kiaya, but it's
Oh,
like
yeah, there
similar
it
to
is.
the GZ series. No, but it's true. He's just like nothing's happening top. You press tab, and it's just like, nice gamer! Nice gamer! Like, that's actually what it was like. And like, as a top laner, there's like, you're never really expecting to get that much kills, right? Like, that lane, if you're getting solo killed or you're solo killing, then there's some big fucking issue going on. But,
Evie.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, some big issue going on. And it's like, bro, these games were just exploding because they were just doing inexplicable things time after time after time. It was like, it was abysmal. It really, really was one of the worst played series I think we've seen. Like, over the last year as well. I think it was just terrible.
And Garm had leads in those first two games. Like, they were doing decently well at times. And then, look, I put Drakthar as maybe a Rookie of the Year. This split, he started off well, but has looked kind of abysmal going further in.
Yeah.
I don't think you call Drakthar rookie.
Well,
Yeah,
again,
you
like,
can't. He's
first,
fucking old.
going under the assumption of, like, first LCP split. But, obviously, yeah.
But
I am coming into the split as a really good player, is what I'm saying. And he's looked not that great recently.
Yeah.
He looked really good against CFO in his first series, and then outside of that, it was kind of like,
To be fair, kind of everyone
Whatever.
does look good against CFO.
I don't think Jackdar's looked good since then. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah, he hasn't looked that good since then.
But
He hasn't
also
looked
at the same
terrible,
time,
but this was the worst. This was fucking bad.
I mean, Van did run him over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just, yeah, I don't know. Something's not fucking working there, to be honest. It was just really bad. It was just really, really bad. And even the games they were winning early, it was like, well, you've like, your drafts are just entirely, you have to win early. If you don't win early, you've lost. And what do you know? You didn't win hard enough and you lost. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just classic, man. It's just super classic. But
I think it's just really shocking to see because, like, Drakthar was not a bad player last year by any stretch of the imagination, and he hasn't been in the past either. And coming into this, I mean, we all had them first, right? And to just see such a fall off for one of the teams that I think we can all agree is historically one of the best in the region. It's very shocking to see, and I'm wondering like what adaptations similar to CFO can they make going in, because losing two of our MSI representatives from last year in the first round of playoffs in pretty disastrous fashion is a little bit worrying for those teams.
I just need to bring Levy out of retirement and they'll be back.
Levy kicking and screaming out of retirement.
Dude, why is the solution to everything bring back these players, dude?
If we can do it to Maple, we can do it to Levy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I don't know what you do. Like, it was just horrible. It was just like what was one of the games? Like, it's not even all the players' fault. Like, you had one game, and what was it? It was like you had Mal as your mid laner, and you had Israel as your AD carry, and then the enemy team has Sion. So how do we play this game? Like, if we're ahead, if Sion has 2 items, who is killing him? Who is gonna kill him? What did you have? Like Renekton, Xin? Was it?
Jhin Renekton.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so Zin's, I mean, they all do some damage, right? But they're not killing fucking Renekton. I mean, sorry, they're not killing Sion. It's like, okay, we have Israel fucking Mal into Sion, man. And it's like, Mal is good against engage that like gets thrown at you, right? But it doesn't reflect a fucking Sion coming screaming in at you at 400 miles an hour. It's just the most like question mark draft ever.
That would be a funny as fuck interaction to watch if it did.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just bad. It was just bad. And you picked Israel, right? So you really need to win lane. And I think I think MF in isolation is good into Israel. It was also a good counter pick by Garm to pick Leona. I think that's the only champion in this draft that made sense. But like, I don't know. It was the opposite way around, actually. They'd already picked Leona, and Marble was like, Mythfortune. But like, it worked out because like he didn't lose lane hard enough for Israel to matter. So it kind of worked out. I think there were better champs to go, but like, whatever, this worked. But it was just like, fuck me, man. Like, are we even looking at the game? Do we think about how these champs interact before we're actually locking them in? Because it didn't feel like we did at all. Like, I don't know how you could go in as a player on Garmin and expect to win that game with the champions that you have versus theirs.
I mean, they were doing decent again. Like, they were doing decently well early in terms of getting those objectives down. First blood, first tower. They had like, I think all 3 Drakes plus Rift Herald, something like that. And then
but this isn't the issue.
No, I know. I'm saying, and then once Marble, how can you even touch Marble at that distance because he's got an Alistar and a Vi protecting him.
Well, I mean, honestly, the fucking misfortune doesn't matter. Like, honestly, the misfortune is just whatever. You can alter with Miss Leona. The issue is Sion.
Yeah. Like, you
the
got
issue is Sion.
Yeah.
The issue is also Vi. You don't really have peel for Vi. You have like Renekton and
Vi is a really strong combo.
Yeah, you have like pseudo peel for Vi, and the fact that if Vi goes forward, Renekton can sort of step between the 2 teams and then like isolate the Vi. But it doesn't work in practicality because the Sion can just go in first. So yeah, and honestly, SHG did their best to try and lose that game too. Like, there was one fight around Dragon where Evie was just refusing to press his R button.
Yeah,
he just wouldn't press it, and like he was just getting poked and poked and poked. He got to about like 500 HP, and eventually fucking pressed his ult, and then they won the fight. But it's like, man, like as long as SHG don't do that again, they're gonna win, and they didn't do that again, and they won. It's just like they're always gonna lose early because, I mean, honestly, the entire draft from Garm is like, we need to win early, but you need to like win early. And as we've seen in League of Legends, even in comps that don't require hard stomping early, it's like often you end up with a lead and you still end up losing despite the lead because you need the map state to be really good is important, and the map state wasn't that in favor of them. It was just gold was.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to add. I just feel like Gams like played really poorly, and their drafts were like confusing from the start. Like I feel like SHG had a much better identity in they wanted to play the game.
I think SHG's comps in general made sense. Well, I don't like.
And then they
there
got
were
Rise
picks that I
games
didn't
too,
agree
so it
with.
just didn't matter.
Yeah. And Arya's Rise as well. Arya was really good at Rise last year before it became a dictator. So
Before it went mainstream.
I still can't get over that Ezreal from Artemis that game. Like I look, I'm an Ezreal defender at times, but like I know that you hate the champ. That was just a horrible position to pick it, I think.
yeah, and same as the Mal. I mean, the Mal just doesn't make sense. We
Well,
saw Mal.
although Mel was
months.
second round, right? So they only knew what they only had Vi, Ari as the knowledge at that point. So I mean, it's not terrible. Overall.
Yeah, it is terrible.
I don't mind the
It's
matchup
really
personally
terrible.
from what I've played.
Well, over the
I
last
think you're
12
playing
months-
in a much lower elo because, like,
over the last
the
12
problem
months,
is-
the one constant we've seen for Israel is just there is too much that needs to go right for it to actually be worth investing in. Because we've seen so many teams go, yeah, Israel. And to be fair, on paper, yeah, it makes sense. But they just don't get to the point that it needs to be for it to actually do what it needs to do to win the game.
I don't think on paper it does make sense is the issue. Because, like, the champs you're playing against don't make sense for Israel to be playing against. When there are other champs that offer a lot more in the terms of the comp. Like, Xayah was open this game. Xayah was open against...
like, over the last year, like, there were a number of times where Israel was picked.
Also, the matchup for Mal isn't that good. Because, especially now it's been changed, but all you need to do as Ari is hold your W, and as soon as she tries to throw a skill shot at you, you press W, and the skill shot doesn't hit you. So, it's like, that's the entire concept of Mal. Ari also has inbuilt sustain in her kit. So, like, you're not actually getting pressure from your extended range that Mal has. And so it's just a good matchup straight up for Ari. She can't throw her charm at you, but she doesn't need to. She doesn't need to use her charm. She can just hold the charm and use that for fights. You know, or if you end up...
Want to Vi-ult someone and just charm that person.
Yeah, well, we saw that a few times.
Yeah, you just don't use charm.
I mean, they played it
just
well.
held the charm, and then suddenly the Vault Breaker comes screaming on it, and it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, you just don't use charm. That's all you do. You just don't use charm, and the matchup's good for Ari. Because then you're like forced to... Because then your argument as the Mel, you've got decisions to make. You need to either spell shield the Orb of Deception and block damage that way, or you have to keep not using your shield because she could charm you. And your skill shots just aren't landing because you'll land every second Q maybe, but Ari will have a W up in time for the next one, and you'll also sustain the majority of Mal's damage.
Fair enough. But this we moved...
So it's like, yeah, it just didn't make sense. The whole draft was just shit that game. It was just really, really shit. And I think Marble's pick was also shit, but it's like his overall draft was much better. So...
I still think overall, and we briefly talked about over the weekend, but I think it might be the biggest upset in the best of 5 in domestic history here. I mean, I don't think anyone had this going at all like this, even with how Garm was looking in the final week.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I can't remember a bigger upset. So
I think
every other playoffs kind of played out how you'd expect.
I think the first ever playoffs win for a Japanese org as well in the LCP.
It is. And it's the first time ever the Japanese have beaten Vietnam in a best of 5.
Would you consider the Vikings upsetting Talon last year a bigger upset? Admittedly, it was a best of 3 last year.
No.
Okay.
No, it's the Vikings. The thing about Vikings is that you can, like, if they actually come and they play their League of Legends, they're really good. They just often don't, right? Like, and last year they were playing their role swap mid stuff, which was really good.
But they do that. They establish a pattern of League of Legends that works from them, and then when it comes crunch time, they just completely divert back to whatever else is playing. So it's like,
and it really pisses me off. Like, it's the same this year. We had like one game of Nautilus Jungle that went poorly, but it's like conceptually, I liked it. I like that you're trying to do different things, but it went poorly, and so they just went back to playing standard. Before that, they had like the Mal support with Ash against Thresh Aphelios, which was just shitting on everyone. The Zyra they keep doing, that's not niche to them anymore.
No, I mean the Zyra jungle they were.
I
think
they always crazy.
They always do that.
Their jungle with the Taric support was really smart.
Guri, the Taric support, but Guri's a Zyra merchant, so like that's always expected, I think, for most teams.
Yeah, but like nobody else is really pulling it out. But I just mean like in general, like Vikings has a few drafts that's like really interesting, really good. sometimes
And
it
they
works
just
and sometimes it doesn't.
We,
but
we saw the
I feel
Cardi
like most of the
Scion
time it
mid
works.
flex. Like, that completely threw
Yeah,
that
yeah,
game
yeah,
up in the
that's
air.
true.
No one knew what the
Yeah.
fuck was going on.
But then they just stop. They just randomly
Yeah.
get to a point where they're like, all right, we're not doing this anymore. We're going to play how every other team plays, and then they lose every game from there on out. It just happens every fucking split, and it's really annoying because this
It's like
team
they
is
get in
so
their own
fun
head.
to
Like, it's
watch
crazy.
when they're playing
Like,
the game.
They're like, oh, we've got this strategy. We think it'll work. And then at a certain point, they're like, oh, no, everyone's figured us out. We'll just go back to what's safe. Like, it just feels like they're entirely in their own head.
Yeah, I agree.
So
But
off
yes, I
position?
think this was the biggest upset series that
Yeah.
we've had in the LCP.
Absolutely. And then heading into the weekend, we started things off with Hawks going up against Team Sick Wales. They did win that first game. It was off to the races, but lots of small mistakes in game 2, and then Team Sick Wales just completely gapped them from there on out. I think drafting that series fell very, very off for Hawks. And I think CorGi may be to blame for some of those losses.
Oh, that guy just can't keep getting away with it, man. I swear to God. An entire year of him just throwing together the most fucking slap shot drafts I think we've ever seen. And then he gets picked up by a new team, and suddenly SHG are looking good, and he's back to his old shit again.
Yeah,
I
some
mean,
of
I
those
like how you
drafts
only
were a bit
mentioned
rough.
1 year. I think me and Kevin have more complaints than 1 year.
Yeah, but in my experience with him, which has just been 12 months of just absolute atrocities.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, let's have a look. The
That
game
game-
4.
Oh, game 3
I mean,
as well.
okay. Yeah, it was game 3. Let's have a look here. So,
Was the Zehen jungle Azir mid?
Yeah, we just overcooked. I mean, Azir mid's good. There's no issue with that.
Didn't they
but
know
there's
that the Mundo was up though when they picked that?
Azir? What's that going to do
Yeah.
with anything?
Like
What's that
how
gonna do with
you?
anything?
Well, like how are you killing this Mundo?
You've got a fucking Sivir and Azir, mate. What do you mean how you killing the Mundo? You've got 2 champs that
I
kill Mundo.
didn't see it, so.
Yeah, okay, but the game fucking exploded at like 4 minutes over a scuttle crab fight. So it's like you can't judge the champs on that. It was just like, I mean, this game it was like, yeah, there was a scuttle crab fight and Mundo got ahead, and Mundo was ahead before you could do anything, and so you were never going to be able to get items in time to catch up to Mundo. And if you even did do that, he was probably going to be level 16 at that point, and you just lost. But like, this is one thing that does keep occurring. Is like the game just feels like it's over at level 3, and obviously it never actually is, because like quite often we see like a 6k gold lead throw in, but like for all intents and purposes, the game completely fucking explodes as soon as Scuttle Crab spawns, and a lot of games.
Yeah,
and that's
There's a lot of
globally as
games-
well.
3 minutes, 6 minutes, and like 14 minutes are like the main points where they just throw the whole game.
Yeah.
Like they'll fight over Rift Trail for no reason, even if they can't. Or Scuttle Crab, like second Scuttle Crab, there'll be a random 4v4 in bot lane. And you're just like, okay, well, drafts at that point don't really matter.
Yeah, and I think that's the case for game 2. I actually like game 3 rather. Game 3, I actually think their draft's okay looking at it. Like I don't really have that many complaints. I think the Heen jungle is inting. I think we're trolling there, but like in terms of like their carries, they've got Azir, Sivir. Like those are 2 champs that very easily can take down tanks. You're not really worried about killing tanks with those champs. In fact, like both of those champs are sort of champs that can kill people without even worrying about the tank. Like Sivir auto attacks the tank and kills everyone else anyway. So like, what the fuck does it matter if you have a Mundo? But the game just got way too out of hand way quickly. And so like, I mean, yeah, you just never were going to be able to get to that point. Let me have a look at game 2. Yeah, processing. Van 1 Lee Sin.
They hovered something else, didn't they? I forgot what they hovered, but it was looking so much better, and then they just locked Lee Sin. I was like, oh my god, what are we doing?
I mean, this game, I remember this
pretty
game.
Exceptional.
Yeah, this game, I mean, Evie just got solo killed level fucking 3 top lane. And then you just had a Gwen that was ahead.
Yeah.
So like you die and then by the way, after that, Evie never really was able to play lane. Like every time we panned the camera top, Evie was like 100 HP under his tower.
Oh yeah.
So like this game was just like exploded from top lane. Like as far as I'm concerned, like obviously a lot of other stuff happened, like the skirmishing, but like your top lane's winning and you have a winning skirmish. So like as long as Histo's playing near the bot side of the map, you should just win the game. Because you're not going to threaten the Gwen that well with Lee Sin and Ambessa. Because Ambessa can't alter for starters, like unless you're already melee range, and if Ambessa's melee range of Gwen, she's dying because Gwen was so far ahead. So it's like you just play bot lane that game, and you're just going to end up winning because top lane exploded on its own volition. So I think that was the big issue with game 2. The draft again doesn't really strike me as that big of an issue in that game either. It's more like we just fucking got outplayed. We just lost. Our hands were worse and we lost. A game 4 I remember having an issue with. Let me look at game 4.
That was the Jin game, I think.
The Yorick.
Oh yeah. I mean, we have our carries a Jin Talia into a fucking Cho'Gath. Like GG, we just lost the game.
And you picked Jin pretty openly early, didn't they? I swear it was like
Jin was.
They already
last
saw
round.
Cho'Gath
Last
from memory.
round,
No, that's right. Yeah, no, they'd seen the Cho'Gath, which makes it even worse, arguably.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was-
I mean, you literally you just have Jin into Cho'Gath. You also have Jin into a Silas with a Nocturne ult, or a Silas with a Leona
and then a
ult.
Vi on top of it all. Like,
So it's like it's just unplayable. It's just completely unplayable.
They
Marble
just allowed
admittedly
Eddie to
also
take
played.
over.
Marble also didn't try win. Like he was actively trying to lose by going Yomu's rapid fire cannon.
Yeah.
Like we just built a rapid fire cannon into 3 melee champions for fun. I don't know what the point of that was. Four melee champions even.
I think
So,
we
like, once the
calculated
rapid
that
fire
how
cannon
many
added-
auto attacks did he get with the rapid fire in
There
that
was-
fight?
There was a fight where he got 2 auto attacks off and died, and it was just like, yeah, sick pick, man. And this again, by the way, is another game where Xayah's open. The lane's fucked. The lane is completely fucked between if you're playing Xayah into Caitlyn, it's really really unplayable. But you can do some fun shit, man. You've locked in Yorick. Just send Yorick fucking Leona bot lane and Xayah top against Cho'Gath.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, because, like, this game, if you're Xayah, you have a really, really fucking good Xayah game on your hands later on. You're Xayah into 4 melees. It's crazy good. Obviously, you've got to find a way to navigate the early stage of the game. But, like, I think you can do fun shit like sacrifice your top laner to get Xayah into a good position, because this Yorick was never going to be the carry.
yeah.
Like, in all reality, Yorick's never going to be your carry. He can be strong, and he can be a real threat in the side lane, but he's never going to be the carry. Not in a like a competitive environment. So I don't know. But
I don't like
either way,
Yorick
the
pick.
Jin was just
I don't like
trash.
the Jin pick. I don't know what Nocturne's doing in this comp, but whatever. I just think it's
Yeah.
bad
Well,
overall.
It seemed to me like they went in for like a pseudo Pantheon Talia, right? But like
Yeah.
Pantheon and Nocturne are just 2 very different champions. They have an ult that functions somewhat similarly, but they do not do the same things.
Dude, my Discord's lagging. What the fuck?
Something you just said, like, about the, like, switching, like, the Yorick to the bot lane and all that. I'm surprised, this is a bit of a tangent, I'm surprised we haven't seen teams really play around with the role quests, right? Like, even teams like MVK.
Yeah. Well, the role
It's
quests are
hard
powerful.
to play with
So that's
the role
the-
quest.
That's
No, I
the
mean, in
biggest
terms of,
issue
like,
with doing something like that.
Evie actually, like, in
Wait,
draft role
what do you
swapping.
mean? Kiaya
to
tried
bot
it.
lane.
He went Vayne top lane and shit the bed.
No, you can't do that though. You can't. I think you're literally not allowed.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
odd.
Yeah. So,
Oh no, you can, but you have to declare it before the draft even starts.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's odd. I don't
Yeah.
know if I like that. I think that needs to be changed, in my opinion.
I kind of agree. I think but like that's just people trying to. That's just Riot enforcing
Yeah,
not
but
lane
then
swapping.
what you're going to do is you're going to see teams start running extended rosters with like a crazy AD carry that they can just bring and play in top lane one game because they've got the money to be able to do that. Like,
Yeah, but there's no issue with that.
yeah, I think that just you're then just going to have, yeah, again, 23-man teams of like specialist players who can play a certain thing to be subbed in for a specific game.
Again,
I don't
there's
really see
no
a problem with
issue
that.
with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the thing is like, I mean, I don't know what you pick this game. Like, in all honesty, but it's just not Jin. That's all it is. It's just
Yeah.
not Jin. You've got to find something that you can pick, but like you can't really play Jin in this game. Like even if there, let's say there wasn't a fucking Silas with a Nocturne Leona ult and there wasn't a Vi, it's still a Jin game that you're going to have very little impact in. Because you've picked Jin to neutralize the Caitlyn, and now you're just a Jin that's gone even in lane. So like, congratulations, man. You know, like what's the point in that? If you're Jin and you're not like winning lane, because in reality, Jin's mid game is really bad. So like, he's really good in lane and he's really good late game, but you're not going to get to late game. Is the reality of it, because it's just too hard to get there with the fact that, I mean, ultimately you don't have the pieces to get there, and you're never going to be able to kill Cho'Gath in the mid game because you don't have a champ that does. So like, I mean, I don't mind drafts often. If we have like back in the day, we'd have Zyra jungle, Brand jungle. I think Jin can work there because a lot of your damage is actually coming from a different role. So like, you can play a utility style of AD carry. But now that AD carry is really impactful for doing damage, it doesn't feel like it's particularly pickable, especially if there's a tank on the other team.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think that's all of the round 1 playoff stuff. Oh, granted, round 2 technically as well, but like first weekend of playoffs. It's crazy to think we've only got 4 more series ahead of us, like 4 more days of games.
Well, we didn't do GZ DCG,
Oh yeah,
which is obviously like that.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
think
didn't,
that
yeah.
was. I think that was honestly one of the most disgusting series I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Both teams actively trying to lose at times. You know, like DCG should have just 3-0'd. Like we had no right winning a single game that game, and Fung made probably the worst play of the LCP so far, like over both years. I think it was horrible. The worst play of the 2 year, or like the year and a bit of LCP by CorGi Valkyring into our fucking fountain.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay,
I erased that series from my
flash
memory.
W'd into the fucking into our face. It's like there was just no active intent. But even before that, we had Husha like ulting to fucking Sydney. We had like
it was so bad.
Just completely fucking sending it. Like Shun is outputting a lot of damage, but then his Pantheon has not pressed W a single time on anyone near him. His Pantheon's ulting into the backline, just getting killed. Like double deaths for Husha on Pantheon is like the worst I think I've ever seen him play. Ever.
Oh yeah.
Literally ever. I think like that was a particularly appalling game, set of games from him. The Jarvan game he played well in game 1, but he was the only one kind of doing anything that game. And he also kind of played well just by virtue of he got all the kills, so he was quite strong. But outside of that, I think it was a really bad series from him. I think the only player on GZ that played well was Yijang, because Yijang actually like won his lanes pretty much every game. And then, you know, again, similar to what I said about Kaya in the game series, he pressed tab and it's like, what nicer gamer. Like his whole team is just fucking like game 3, Chelsea has blown up bot and mid by 4 minutes. But it's the game's over at 4-minute mark. And then, like, admittedly, you know, GZ with Yijang on Camille and some other plays were actually somehow looking like they were fighting back. Never, like, realistically, but there were glimmers of hope. But that was just truly, I think, the worst we've seen GZ at. And also, honestly, it was a pretty bad look for DCG, the fact they even lost a game 2.
Yeah. I mean, I feel so bad for Shaky, man. That second game, he was putting in so much work, right? Like, and I think, like, I said on Twitter, no hate to Florin, but Shaky was absolutely the MVP of that entire series.
Him or Hongshuo? Because Hongshuo was completely shitting on JimieN every game,
too.
So I think it's between the two. But yes, I like, Florin played well in team fights. Like, he played very well in team fights, but it's quite easy to be a top laner and come into team fights when your team's winning and play well.
Especially
in team
with
fights.
the role quest, right? You're that much more accelerated,
Yeah. And so, like, the fact that they were that far ahead and him being, like, down 20, 30 CS a game didn't matter. To me, it's like, well, someone on the roster has been doing a lot to make sure they're in this position, right? And that, to me, was Hongshuo with how dominant he was in mid lane, and Chelsea with, I mean, obviously, he had games where he was just blowing people up. I think the Bard game wasn't that amazing in the game 2. Like, he had some good moments, but he had some pretty bad moments too. No Orca level 3 tunnel moments, but, like, it wasn't that an awe-inspiring sort of Bard. It wasn't that amazing. But outside of that game, which you can kind of say everyone had their moments of shittiness. Like, even Hongshuo on the Cassiopeia had some moments where it was like, fuck me, man. Like, but that's, you know, whatever. Game 2 was game 2. They threw that game. I think it was either Chelsea or Hongshuo that performed the best in the remaining 3 games.
Someone brought up
Top
in
9
chat.
had a good series too.
Yeah. Someone brought it up in chat as well about, like, champion diversity and all that. And I think, we are seeing kind of the limits of JimieN's champion pool. I feel like he is, if he's not on LeBlanc or, like, Yone, I think he looks pretty rough. I haven't seen many games to be
on Yone.
Well, even the Yone wasn't a great performance.
Grounds have to permaban Orianna Azir every round.
Yeah, because they know that, like, JimieN can't play Azir.
Yeah,
they don't have to perma. He does play Orianna. He obviously, we don't want him on Azir. But they actually did something pretty smart, I thought, in that series in one of the pick bans. I can't remember which game it is. I could go look. But basically, there was one game where they were first pick. It was like game 3 or 4. So, like, a lot of the mid laners were removed. And they were banning Azir Ori every game. This game, they banned Azir Akali.
Game 4,
and that forced the other team to ban Orianna, which freed up one more ban. And I think it gave us Ambessa. So I think that was like a really, really smart draft adaptation. Obviously, it didn't end up matter because the game fucking blew up at 4 minutes, so the Ambessa didn't matter. And also, DCG are the first team to realize Xayah still exists in the Big 26.
Yeah.
So the Ambassador pick actually ended up shit.
Yeah.
But like it was like that was a smart draft adaptation. That was a very, very smart draft adaptation because JimieN can play Orianna. Is he as good as Chovy? No, but he can play Orianna. Like everyone can somewhat play Orianna. But I really like that.
He can't really play into Orianna, right?
Yeah, his champ. Well, I mean, he can. He is a Kali, right? So, he can. He can play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was really smart, I thought, and that was like a glimmer of hope. But unfortunately, DCG again, the one team that realized that Xayah exists, so it didn't work.
That was a rough series for GZ, and it sucks as well. Like obviously, I was Bo's wondering about your outfit, but yeah, it sucked. It sucked seeing Ground Zero. Obviously, I was thinking that DCG would win, and they did quite handedly, but it sucked seeing them lose in that fashion as well. Like by game 4, it was just so deflated.
DCG, yeah. I mean, again, I think it was the worst we've looked so far in the LCP. And I think by a pretty fair margin too. Like ultimately, I think Husha's looked really good every single series except this one. I think he looked particularly rubbish in this one. But again, I don't think that makes me feel any less hopeful for them because like you can have a bad series. Like it's just like anything else. You can have a bad day when you're just playing League regularly in solo queue. You can have a bad day playing a sport, like whatever. You can have bad days. And I think like this week off might actually help them, some time with their family because I mean, the whole start of the split was pretty stressful, I imagine, for a lot of them, not being in the house. Now they all are in the house, a bit more settled down, go back, spend a week with their family, celebrate the new year, come back, revitalize, go over some of the issues. And yeah, I feel pretty confident. And I think also, like, I'm very much expecting us to beat SHG. Ultimately, I think we're a lot better now than we were when we versed them the first time. As well as, I think Evie's not looking as good as he was when we versed him the first time recently. I think he's kind of being shown as a bit of a Cassante merchant. And so Yijang has already pretty much been beating everyone in lane. And I think it's going to happen again. I expect Husha to be playing pretty well. Van has leveled up a lot, I will say. I think Van's looking a lot better now than he was at the start of the split. But I still think Husha is, on average, better than Van. Now, the most recent series for both of them, I would not say that. But I think in general, Husha is a better player than Van.
I think that's fair.
But Arya's better than JimieN, so
yes,
I
that
guess
is true.
the jungle's going to be kind of, I don't know, 50-50.
I mean, it's going to have to be up to Shun versus Marble. That's a bit worrying.
Well, Marble, no, I don't think so. I think Shun's really good. I think Marble's got like a bit of a crutch in the champions he plays. Like he doesn't play any like carried champions outside of Aphelios really, and maybe like the odd Lunara. But this guy loves locking in Misfortune, loves locking in Jhin. He might have a Sivir game every now and then, but like in general, he's not the kind of AD carry that wants to carry. And on the other side, neither is Shun. So I don't think AD carry is that impactful. Now, Vista is probably better than Orca, but I don't think it's necessarily going to be the difference maker because I don't think he's better than Orca by a margin that's going to just strictly win them the game. It's not like Chelsea. Vista's not the kind of player like Chelsea that just immediately ends the game at 4 minutes.
Oh, that's fair enough. So I guess it probably will be on Yijang mainly to be the
I think
maker?
a lot of it comes to junglers, to be honest. I think a lot, it's Yijang and Arya and then junglers is sort of what I'm thinking. I think the bot lanes are pretty moot between the two.
I think that's... We'll have to see, because as we head into the finals weekend as a whole.
I hope Ground Zero gives Van his Lee Sin. I think that'll be really fun.
If he does, it's a free win.
I kind of do as well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So yeah, heading into finals weekend, 4 back-to-back days of games. We start things off on Thursday. We've got Team Secret Wales versus DCG. I think, I don't know. I think it's going to be Team Secret Wales. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5 games.
Yeah, I think we've got a 5-gamer. I think we've got a 5-gamer. I agree with you.
We haven't had a 5-gamer yet, dude.
Nah.
Yeah, we haven't. But I think Team Secret Wales are
3-1 DCG.
Oh, well.
Oh, wow.
Charted, but that's all right.
Okay, well, we're delusional.
No, I think
like,
you go.
I just think, like, for me, a lot of it comes down to they're both very, very skilled in terms of individual players are clearly very good. but cohesively as a unit, I feel like Team Secret Whales are just slightly more there. To be honest, like I think, and this is something that's very observable, is that between Dire and Histo, they are probably the best mid jungle duo we have in the league, and I think that controls a lot of how the game is played. Now, I don't think Hongsho Pop 9 are necessarily bad, but I think Pop 9 is very vulnerable to just inting every now and then, just doing something out the gate, and it's not necessarily. I don't think necessarily that like Dire's going to shit on Hongsho or Hongsho's going to shit on Dire, but I do think that Histo and Dire play a lot better together, and so I think that's going to be a big difference maker. As well as, to be honest, Pun has been fucking phenomenal recently.
Yeah.
Pun has been really, really good. And it's been off of meta shit. Like, again, one of the best things about the Vikings was just being, like, doing what the fuck they think is good. And now Team Secret Whales have adapted that in the top lane, and it is going very, very well. I mean, like, even CFO tried to counter it, right? They're like, okay, well, he's just like a Volibear merchant. He's going to blind pick it. So Rest blind picks Nah, expecting the Volibear.
And we just Malphite.
And they're like, and they just pick Malphite. Yeah, it's just like, you know, he's picking stuff that isn't played in the top lane, but he also has something prepared for them to counter that shit he plays in the top lane. So I think it's just really, really smart stuff. And I think that also can be a difference maker, because I think draft, especially red side draft, is not being utilized that well, but I think Team Secret Whales are utilizing it exceptionally well.
I think they've done a lot of like picking red side across. I think I've noticed that a little bit across the series we've seen towards the end of the split. They've been playing a lot of like actually picking the red side over blue. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I mean second pick by when I said red side. I can't remember the sides of the map, but I think second pick's just better, man. I think it's always been better, but people don't use it properly. So
yeah, people
but
always care about that one pick and don't care about the rest. So
well, that's a part of the draft board. You have to actually use your brain. Like there's so many times where you have last pick, counter pick, you just pick something stupid like Jhin.
Yeah,
or like you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, let's get our support counter pick, and it's like Nautilus. It's like, well, fuck, man, we could have just picked this. We could have just picked this first pick. Like what?
Yeah. Enough for sure. As Bo pointed out, as well as we get into our second series, Ground Zero will have to, if they want to make it all the way to the grand finals and potentially the first stand, they're gonna have to play 3 days of games in a row. It's gonna be very, very tough. But I mean, again, maybe this is just them maximizing their stage time. You know?
Yeah, fans and brands.
Yeah. They'll be playing against Hawks. I think it's gonna be 4 games. I think GZ 3-1 is what I'm calling it.
I can see that. I don't think we're clean enough to 3-0.
No.
We're not clean enough to 3-0. So
no offense, but after
SoftBank 3-2.
Really, SoftBank 3-2.
Yeah, I'm seeing a 3-2, but going GZ's way purely off the back of the last series between DCG and Ground Zero. I'm not saying it's going to happen again, but clearly there is the potential for things to go very, very sideways for them.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Yeah, I mean, I have enough belief in it, and I think like ultimately the DCG series is, you know, we get punished a lot more against a better team. That DCG is just a better team than SHG.
Yeah.
So I think
it's like, you know, I think the top laners is going to matter the most. I think, you know, what you saw with Florida versus Ejong, Florida did really well. I think we're going to see the same thing with Evie. Evie's just like veteran. I think he'll be able to handle Ejong like he did in the past. SoftBank's a very solid team. You know, they just gotta hope they don't draft like monkeys.
Well, that's a tough task.
Together well.
Kevin, I need you to just. Can you remind me who their coach is, Kevin? Just really quickly.
Yeah.
I think he starts with a C, ends with an I.
No.
Listen,
so what needs to happen is
Ground Zero drafts are also pretty bad, dude. Come on, let's not.
When they're heading to the stadium for game,
they're not as bad as Hawks.
2 cars. CorGi gets in one, the rest of the team gets in the other, and CorGi just fucks off to somewhere else for the day.
Like, probably draft better without him.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not like he can talk to them. Like, actually, it's not like he can.
Maybe that's what some of these like draft issues are. Is it's like he's trying to say one champion, but it's getting lost in translation, and they're randomly picking Jhin.
Nah, because he just talks to Maru, and Maru just speaks to Korean because obviously SHG are just a Korean team. So I mean, I don't think that's actually the issue.
No, Maru's just sitting there like, nah, I don't really like that pick. He said this, guys.
But
so Maru's to blame then.
It's like honestly, again, similar. It's like this could go any way simply because the fucking teams aren't good enough to prove that like they should be able to win it. You know, neither team is.
Much volatility.
But I do think individually, GZ are better, so it should be like reasonably fine. I think. Like honestly, I don't think Evie hasn't really inspired much hope outside of Cassante, and like there's a weird interaction between Yijang and Evie. I feel where Yijang loves like Rumble; it's his favorite champ, but so he would want Rumble. But I almost feel like it's better to just give Evie Rumble and take the Cassante, because then Evie doesn't get a Cassante game for the series. Because like Evie's Rumble has not been that good, and honestly, every single time we've seen Yijang lane against Rumble, he's won the lane. So like, well, I mean, seems to me like we could just take that side of the draft, and it sets us up not only for that game but the series. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think GZ will win it, but I don't think we can 3-0. So 3-1.
I'm up to see what he picks
I mean,
out.
regardless, I think DCG Bigger Whales is going to be in the finals again. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, those two look a little bit better than the other teams. But
yeah, I don't think
knows?
those
This
differences
league
are
is
enough
kind of weird.
to be overcome in the course of a week. I don't think it's enough time.
But I mean, bro, the thing is, like DCG are so up and down. Like it was just 2 weeks ago that GZ beat them, so it's like, fuck, man, I don't have that much faith in DCG. But like they haven't been clean all split. There's not been a single series where it's like, man, DCG have been clean this series. Like they beat CFO only because Doggo entered. They only won that series because Doggo flashed into their base. Otherwise, they'd lost.
Yeah.
So it's like they only lost the one series to GZ, but it's with an asterisk because it wasn't their doing. Like same as the SHG series, man. They were down 9k gold and SHG entered, so they won that series. It's like, okay, man. Like this team wins, but they are not clean. And in a best of 5, you actually have to be somewhat clean in general. And I think like when they versed GZ last week, we were particularly bad. I don't think DCG were particularly good.
Yeah, I think that was definitely shown in game 2 as well. That I still can't get that Fung flash out of my mind. That was horrifying.
The LCP ever.
That might have been the worst play I've seen all year. I've seen some horrifying things.
It probably was the worst. I mean, actually, I don't know, not internationally, but definitely in the LCP, it's the worst, and it's the worst out of last year too. It's bad. It was bad, man.
Yeah,
it was bad.
It was not fun. Hey, maybe we see Yijang pick some, maybe pick some ribbon. Right, he picked it in solo queue the other day. So
yep, he's had his first ribbon game of the year,
and he won on it. And he picked the Camille. And he looked decent on the Camille.
I liked it. Yeah, I think if I don't know. Obviously, I'm not there for comms when it comes to the game day drafts, but like to me, if we're looking like we're picking Camille and we've already seen Aurora, next time let's just lock in Galio, man. Like let's just lock in Galio mid. Because I imagine that game if we had a Galio, that is so much better of a game. Like that is like Galio. Not only do these Nautilus roams not matter all of a sudden, it's like we have a Camille that is honestly he was up like fucking 30 CS in lane. Yeah. Obviously, it's a very good matchup for Camille, but he was very, very far ahead. And despite them being down like 9k gold, he was still finding ways to get shut down on Hongshuo and shutdowns on Fung. Like he was playing out of his fucking mind. But like imagine him being able to do that with a Galio. So he pretty much just gets to jump on someone and kill them for free because you can't walk into the Galio ult. You know, it's like a very different game then on our hands. Instead of he's killed them, but he's also lost his entire health bar for it. I don't know. But again, I'm not there for the drafts. I don't know what the comms are like. I don't know what the players are saying. I don't know what Sky's saying. But like, obviously, looking from outlook and hindsight as well, it's like Galio would have been a crazy good pick there.
We'll have to see though. Yeah, final weekend. I think this will be the final episode of the podcast before the grand finals on the 1st of March. So I guess very, very early to say. But before we sort of begin to wrap things up, who are we predicting to win the LCP Split 1? It'll be a new champion no matter what. What do we think?
CFO, I reckon.
Yeah, they're gonna rise from the grave.
A WWE style.
Dude, I hope so.
It's just gonna be. It's just gonna be Doggo sprinting up the middle of the stage with a steel chair and cracking someone over the head, taking over the PC, and then winning, like killing the Nexus. That's it.
Yeah, it's not going to be 2-2-4. I'm not sure that he'd be able to. I don't know
like
if 2-2-4 would be capable of walking that far. He might trip over his own fucking toes.
Vestion just loves bullying this child.
GZ, man.
I'm
always going to say GZ.
I mean, delusional.
I think there's a
whatever.
chance.
That's fine.
I'm never
There is a
going to
chance.
count out this
Obviously-
GZ roster.
It's GZ if they can avoid blast cones, I think.
Hmm. And just
Oh yeah, I mean that only happened once. DCG are more criminal with the blast
Yeah,
cones than
no,
GZ
we are.
It's bro thinks he's on the team.
That
Bro thinks he's on the team.
Dude, Vestion's like, oh, I'm a GG co-streamer and I have a CFL jersey. He's like,
Look,
if you just like get every team's jersey and just stitch them together, you'll be the perfect caster.
I just like the PCS, but
You
now
just,
I'm like
hop from
obviously.
team to team until you're finally right.
I've
No,
actually
no,
got a
I'm-
GZ shirt and I've been wearing it. So, I have that over the actual
Yeah, it
GZ
looks like it.
coach
Yeah, it looks like it. Do you see
Hey,
his
I'll-
GZ shirt? It's a button up.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's green. It's green gray. It's close enough.
This guy, man. But no, I mean, like honestly, I'm in the same position at the start of the playoffs, man. If any of these teams win, I'm not that surprised. Like it's
Yeah.
just, I think Team Secret Whales are the
SoftBank would be the
favorites.
most surprising though. If they won, I would be.
SoftBank would be the
super
most
shocked.
surprising.
That would be
I think Team Secret Whales would be the least surprising, and I think
Yep.
SoftBank would be the most surprising.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's that far in between the four of them.
first player I have
Go,
interviewed.
Jayo.
I'm going for it. I'm going to call it right now on the podcast, and it's definitely not going to be proven wrong in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to say Deep Cross Gaming will be our first stand representatives. They're going to smoke their way through, and no, I'm not coping. Yes, I am.
I don't think they will be. But
I'm here for the SHG run, man. That would be the wildest fucking.
That would be
story
really
to start
fun.
This year off, man. Holy shit!
truth, there'd be 3
I don't know about
LCK
fun.
representatives.
I don't know about fun, but it would be something.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean, to
saying
be
it would be
honest-
fun. It would be an absolute shit show, but it would be the fucking wildest story
Bro.
going from last year, where CFO single-handedly dominated everything, to just SHG, who barely scraped into playoffs 2 of the 3 splits last year.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't matter because none of the fucking rosters are the same. So, like those storylines don't really matter to me. It's more like the players. I think like I think like individually for Evie that would be cool. But like ultimately, the one thing that I will say is whoever wins is just going to go to first stand and probably get absolutely fucked, like absolutely bent over. I think we're getting pantsed.
You know, North
Maybe we
America
can
still
be-
exists, right?
Yeah, but C9 look better than like we do. Obviously, different competition, but C9 do look better than the LCP does. I'll be honest; like they look a lot cleaner than we do.
Yeah, they beat
Um,
a team with 3 rookies. Wow.
It's all right. It
I-
could be
I
worse.
think
It
we're
could be,
going to at least beat Europe.
South America.
Yeah, I think we can beat Europe. But I think we're gonna get fucked by LPL and we're gonna get fucked by.
Are you secretly
LCK.
all Americans? What the fuck?
No, what do you mean?
Dude,
No, I think
EU
C9
is
is
better
good,
than
man.
NA, just overall.
No, I think
No,
overall
not
I
this
agree,
year.
but I think
Not this
C9's
year.
better.
But like
I think-
every year, people are always saying like, "Oh, dude, LCS man, we got the super team. We're gonna do crazy things." They just never do anything compared to EU.
If
You
every team is
actually
a super
wins.
team, then no team's a super team.
This Cloud9 roster,
They
I
actually win series. They
I
actually
think
beat
only last
teams.
year that's true. By the way, I think
Yeah.
only last
No,
year,
it's
and then
been
like going
every
back to
year.
2020.
Europe
No, that is not
didn't
true.
make a world's top
When's
8
the
for
last
how
time
many
NA was
years?
better
3
than
years?
EU?
Yeah, 4, I think.
3-4 years? Yes.
Last year was the first year in a long
Dude,
time that
'cause
EU's been better
Swiss
than
is a
NA.
bullshit format.
Oh, you're
But it's even
blaming
in
it.
MSI.
Swiss is
It's
so
even
much
in
better than group
MSI.
stage. What do you mean?
What do you mean at MSI? The
the
number one
same.
team from NA beat the number 2 team from Europe. They never beat the number 1 team from Europe.
Yeah, but where did the number 1 team from Europe end up?
They lost to CFO, who was better than FlyQuest, as we
Yes,
saw
but
at World.
My point is that NA actually like last year was the first time that EU has done better than NA in a long time.
No.
And like
no,
I'm
no.
not,
Swiss
I'm not a
took
fan
Gen
of either
G
of the
to 5
regions, but
games,
that is
buddy.
true.
No, that's
Sorry.
not true.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that region, but it is true.
Like in
that is-
2024, G2 beat TS at MSI in a BO5, and it has never beaten the Western or Eastern team in a BO5.
I mean, okay,
Cloud9 the freaker, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's okay, but that's 2019 or 2018. That's like ancient history.
IG Team Liquid? Well, the
Yeah.
Fly Gen G.
Dude,
Come
I
on, Fly
had
Fly
hair
Gen G.
back then. That's how long ago we're talking about.
Fly Gen G. Come on. I no, but seriously, I think that
Fly Gen G, they didn't win. It won
they've got 5
games.
games
They didn't win.
against Gen G. I think was the best team until they crashed and burned.
They
the
didn't
point-
win though.
the
They
point
still lost.
is-
Gen G looked like ass.
The point
after.
is though, I think the LCS looks better than the LEC,
I don't think overall.
But
I don't think so
how?
overall.
Like by
or at least like the
logic.
top team, like the international representative. I think is going to
One
perform
team
better.
from EU has usually been better than the number 1 team from NA for like 99% of the time.
Okay, that's also not true. But anyway, main point. I think we can
I
beat
can't, man.
maybe the.
I thought I was the American here.
To be
dude.
honest,
Holy shit.
I also do not think we're gonna win against the West. To be honest, like I actually don't. I don't believe that.
I think NA is shit, dude. These fucking
Bro,
North
okay, but
Americans
our-
don't know
our
how to play
best-
the game.
Our best
I
looking
believe in the
team.
LCP
Our
representative.
best looking team is Team Secret Wales, and we could barely beat fucking Brazil. So like,
Yeah.
whatever, man. You know.
What are you
To
talking
be fair,
about?
Brazil went kind of fucking ballistic. Like last year, they had some really good showings.
Mm.
Okay, but Brazil was not better than NA, and Brazil was not better than EU. And Team Secret Wales barely beat them, and we pretty much have the exact same roster that doesn't look like it's improved. Like, sort of, maybe it's at the same level.
Still,
True,
anyway, I
it's
think there's a chance we could top 3, but it's very, very unlikely, especially compared to
Ooh,
last
we are not
year.
top 3ing. There are 2 LCK and 2 LPL teams. We are not
Top 3
3ing.
region, I mean. Top 3 region.
Maybe.
Okay,
Maybe.
now we're going to the collision the other way around. Holy shit, dude.
Maybe. I think it's going to be very, very rough, though, whatever rep
Only
we
6
send to
regions,
Sao
so-
Paulo.
So top 3 is not that big of an achievement, but like,
Yeah, but when the top 2 is LCK, LPL, it's like, you know,
yeah, that's
you're the
2
best of
slots
the
taken away.
worst.
The best players in LCP history, well, not in LCP history, but I think Junja is. But the 2 best current LCP players are in LPL. So like, yeah, good game.
Yeah.
Like, good luck us.
How is JDG
like, actually,
going?
just fucking good.
Yeah, let me have a look real quick.
You're right.
How's
Middle of the
JDG
pack.
going? Split 1
Just
playoffs.
coasting in the middle of the pack, mate.
Oh, they're up against Top Esports. What's that? Oh, okay. They go a week. Oh, maybe. That's going to be rough. I'll have to see, though. That's not this region. What are we talking about? This is APAC. But I guess...
I think
LCS.
whoever we send is fucked, man. I think whoever we send is fucked. But
I don't think so. I think they'll be better than the LCS and CB LOL.
okay, we might, yeah.
I think you guys are overrating LCS because LCS
I think you're overrating
is
EU.
really, really bad.
Yeah, I think you're also overrating.
I think
EU.
realistically,
I think
EU
has done
I
better.
think you're overrating the LCP, actually.
With my eyes, I can watch and see all, and I see that the LECs is on average better than the LCS every year.
Yeah,
if
but
it
you
wasn't for
also
lucky
think
draws and
227 falls
formats,
good. So.
LEC would have placed higher than LCS every single time.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see when it comes around to first stand. We've still got a while before then.
Oh, I've seen it. I've known it. I've lived it.
Oh, yeah.
Given
As a North American fan, I've cried every single time. It's every North
That's the
American.
past,
super
old
team
man.
just
You gotta look
runs
to the
it fuck
future.
down. And then they blame some other excuse. LCP does not do that. LCP will just run it down and just like
they'd be
get
like, we
better.
fucking suck.
Yeah, but
They'll
you
own
know,
They'll
dude,
own it.
I have more faith in Secret Wales and DCG getting better than I do like any LCS team.
I do. Well, they have younger players, so naturally I do as well. Plus, we have access to better scrims, so that's like an obvious statement.
And LCS has a bunch of grandpas. As we say, we age discriminate here. If you're too old, get the fuck out. We believe in young talent, and that's why the LCP is growing and the LCS is failing.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Sometimes you get the talent too young, though, and then it's 2274 happens on your support.
Why do you gotta bring back 274, man? Why can't we just be on North America in peace, dude? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, to
Dude,
get one more
you
little
just hate
sting in.
All roads
just
lead
hate
to him,
people
but and like they're all,
Chasing a dream.
it's like
This
the
is why you
all
like
roads lead to
LCS more,
Faker, but
because
this is
people
like
like
the bad
you.
road.
I can't
It's like,
wait
you
for
know,
Orca to
people
pick
that
Bard
live in like
in
nursing
the-
homes, going on
in
stage
the final
playing,
week of play,
just like you,
and for it to
Vestion.
happen again.
I don't know what either of these two are saying.
Nah, me neither. It's just incoherent mess.
As
From
soon as
the
Orca
unction.
picks Bard, you know, in that match.
No,
against
I
SHG,
banned him
I
from
can
Bard.
imagine-
No,
I
it's
can
never
imagine
happening
the
again.
pain
It's
he's
never
gonna be
happening
Yeah,
again.
feeling.
no, I've banned him from Bard. We're fucking
Skywalk, if you're
done.
listening, please, I'm begging
No,
you.
it's happened. It's
Jar,
done.
if
It's
you're
a done
listening,
deal.
Bard,
Done.
phenomenal support champion at the moment. It should be played every series.
Okay, so we got Bardens ahead
man.
that are just completely off limits for this support role, I think.
No,
I
it worked
don't
with
think
Bardens.
I
You need
don't
to unleash
think
Orca.
I don't think
Have
there's a
faith.
hen matters. But also, actually, that's another good point for that matchup. Evie likes picking Zahin, and Yi Jung says that Zahin is the easiest lane to play. Like, against Zahin is his easiest
There we
lane.
go.
And who was it that picked it against him last? Was it Rest? No, it wasn't, right? Was it?
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so.
I
Someone
can have a look.
Someone picked Zahin against Yi Jung, and he absolutely fucking shit on them. I forgot who it was now.
I'll have a quick look.
And I had TD in my chat talking about what Yi Jung says about people who pick Zahin.
Yeah, titties? What? What did you say?
TD, mate.
TD.
He's the local. He's the
My bad,
local
I was
Taiwan.
looking away.
He's the local Taiwan man on the ground. He keeps me. He
was
keeps me up to
Kratos.
date with the goings on. It was Kratos, yeah.
Yeah.
And he got absolutely fisted.
Yeah. Well, he went
So-
0-2. That was it. 0-2-0.
Yeah, no, but like the lane, he was like down like fucking
Oh, yeah,
30
yeah,
CS. And, like it was Renekton,
It was
right?
it
Renekton
was into
him?
Yijung's Renekton, so yeah.
Yeah, he just absolutely shed on. So I'm hoping that Evie's like, oh, let's pick Zahin here. Oh, the Darken guy. I like Xin Zhao. Gone. Later. Arigato, as they say where Kevin's from. But not where most of SHG's from. Where most of SHG's from, they say Kamsamida. Yeah.
Kamsamida.
yeah, they say
Wait,
Kamsamida.
you could actually probably communicate with SHG better than I could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could. That's the funny part.
You should have the game.
I could talk to the Japanese team better than the Japanese guy.
We'll have to see.
Right.
And we got to add on to that. I don't speak Japanese, so weird that.
We'll have to see.
More Koreans, the better.
Well, with
LGL philosophy.
there is some other news a little bit closer to home before we begin to wrap things up. The Oceanic Resurrection's back.
Yeah.
Finally, we got some more stuff here in Oceania. Feels like a bit of a drought the past 2 months, but we're finally back.
Yeah. So doing the Oceanic Resurrection this time, I'm being more involved on the organization side of things. Because I think those guys, Resty and Willow and Sammy and stuff did a really, really fucking good job last time of just, the presentation, everything, how the show ran and all that good stuff. And so I wanted to do something anyway. So I was like, asked them if they want to do it together and they were down to do it. This time it should be more focused towards high elo. So obviously we had like the snake draft last time where you could have like a team. Basically, people will put into tiers. You could pick a certain amount of tier 1, certain amount of tier 2, certain amount of tier 3. This time, it's just free for all. You make your own teams. You join. So hopefully that means we get more teams of a higher caliber. Instead of like most teams ended up with like a couple players.
Says in your top lane.
Yeah, no. Anyway, it's like hopefully this time with more organized teams, you actually get a group of players that want to be competitive. And that's like the whole thought is trying to build towards the future. Try and hopefully get Riot to notice, hopefully go places with it. For now, it's just obviously a passion thing, and anyone involved, like, more than welcome to get involved, even if you're not too sure. You don't have a team to get ready for. There's always a way to find players to be in a team in the Discord server and whatnot. But very excited to do it, and hopefully it's as successful as the last one.
I'm excited to see how that comes together, and obviously I'll try and be involved like I did last time as well, obviously to a lesser extent than what you are. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I guess were there any other like topics, statements, proclamations for the finals weekend that we all had prepared, or?
Yeah, I'd just like to talk about 2274 for a little bit. No,
it's rough.
No,
I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for the guy.
It's not. You're just over exaggerating.
Not really.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Not really.
Yeah, over exaggerating. Yeah, if anything, it's being under exaggerated. Honestly, this guy's fucking sprinting it. Bro, see, his team are like all in base, and he's like, fuck, there's a 4-man Ralalt I can go for here, and he just does it, just dies. Call it a day. Thank you.
Didn't
We'll
he
take that,
TP
Dragon.
behind
Thank
one
you very
game
much.
and then just die?
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to remember.
just ended the game on the spot. Yeah, ended the game. That was game 1.
Yeah.
Just Alistair TP onto the flank, insta killed. Hey, we could have delayed the game for another 5 minutes, or we could get it fucking ended right now. Oh, one thing I will say about 2274, he's really good at ending the games. It's just like the wrong direction is the one thing he's struggling with.
Oh, dude.
I think
Cringe.
Vestion secretly has a crush on 2274. I think they should just kiss
That's a
and get
little
it
bit
over
weird.
with.
That's a little bit
Alright,
sus.
we can't say that
'cause
about
he's-
17-year-olds.
He's
Thank
only
you.
17.
Yeah, that's true. He's
Well, you keep
17.
talking about him, so like, it's a bit weird at this point. Like, you keep bringing him
Yeah.
up out of nowhere.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's not make jokes about pedophilic things.
Yeah, not
That's
with
just
everything
thoughts on
currently
safety,
going
so
on in the
force
world.
matters,
That's for
but
sure.
Nice is repeating it. Vestion does have an original
Yeah.
thought in his brain.
But I think with all of that though, I think that's everything that needs to be covered before we get into the finals weekend. So there's a lot on the table. We got some stuff coming over. Wow, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I apologize if there's a lawnmower sound.
No, I can't hear.
Okay, cool. We're all good then. Never mind. The neighbors
The
just going
noise
on the
gate
lawn.
working wonders, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a lot to cover in the next week or so. We'll be putting stuff out there. We'll be co-streaming all that good stuff, and then for everyone who celebrates Lunar New Year as well, happy New Year, the year of the horse, the best year of all.
That's my year, I think.
It's mine. So I don't know if you're not 12 years older than me.
Yeah,
Nah.
I'm an
I know you're
ox.
old, but you're not that old.
Ox, but it's
Yeah.
fire horse.
Yep. I was water horse. Yeah.
Well, it's
So,
the
yeah.
opposite of you then, dickhead.
Well, whatever. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it bodes well for everything we're planning and trying to do this year.
You'd be super effective against this year
Yeah,
in the
true.
Pokemon world.
Maybe
So
that's
probably
a good sign.
Omen. Yeah, that should be a good omen, I hope.
No, I'll take that. I'll take that. I know Vivian posted about like the year of the horse and all that kind of stuff. Maybe she can clarify. Maybe it's really good for me. I hope it's not bad. That's for sure.
I hope it's good for you, pal.
Yeah, we'll see. With all that said and done, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you not next week. We're going to take a break week, but we'll be back for a post-finals recovery on the 3rd, and then we'll talk about all the teams that have qualified, because it's going to be a long weekend of games. I think all of the regions except the LPL will be qualifying on that weekend, so a lot to cover, and then, yeah, take care, everyone. We'll see you then.